We see people every single day that are in good health that have cancer, heart attack, and stroke, just like you. That's the whole point here, is nobody plans for cancer, heart attack, and stroke. You have exposure when it comes to cancer, heart attack, and stroke. If you have one of those diagnoses, you are gonna have out-of-pocket expenses that are not covered. We protect you from risk. Your Medicare Advantage is like your ACA. It's got copays, deductibles, networks, those different things, okay? Medicare Supplement is the Cadillac, the best, I don't want to say the best, the most comprehensive coverage you can get, okay? With me on that?
Yep.
So we got to, what's that?
We talked about that this morning.
That's all right, you'll get it. Reps, right? It's all reps. So we got a great baseline of Medicare, but what I teach is a popular course called 2-Point Plays. That's all about packaging. So today we're going to talk about other products. We're going to talk about umbrella products, okay? And it's so important to gain expertise in this from day one, because you can make the massive difference if you start cross-selling on day one, okay? And start packaging on day one. We have to think that we're presenting a package rather than a policy, okay? Amateur agents sell policies. Big time agents and agencies sell packages with multiple policies, but it's presented as one. Here's a package, umbrella 1, but it has multiple policies inside. Here's a package, umbrella 3, but it's got 3 or 4 policies inside, okay? So I'm selling you an umbrella 3. I'm not selling you a cancer, heart attack, stroke, recovery care, a dental vision hearing, a Medicare policy. I'm just saying, hey, Anthony, I recommend an umbrella 3, okay?
3 has less.
3 has more. Remember, 1 has less, 3 is more, okay?
Okay.
So our goal is to increase production per client. Pretty simple math. Would you guys rather have 1 client with 1 policy, okay, or 3 clients with 12 policies? And I even said that wrong, okay? One client, 1 policy, or 1 client, 4 policies. It's a lot easier to get 1 client and write 4 policies than get 4 clients with 4 policies, right? So increase production per client. This also increases your client retention. If you have 4 or 5 policies with a client, you are their agent. You're not just some random person that sold them a policy. So you will increase your production. Our persistency is like 97% right now. Yeah, really, really good. It's going to 4x your production, but guess what? It's also going to 4x plus your revenue. That's the big one right there. Solve big problems, you make big money. We sell an umbrella, we solve a lot of problems. We cover their gaps for nursing home, we cover their gaps for cancer, heart attack, stroke, we cover their gaps for hospital admission, dental vision hearing. You're solving big problems, you're going to get paid big money here. With me? Okay. So let's start here. Client needs assessment, we went over that yesterday, okay? You cannot practice that enough. And I'm telling you, just like Jackson did yesterday, whenever I see agents slipping, they get lazy here, okay? They start going back to doing it their way. You do it your way, you're going to get really inconsistent and poor results.
When do we do the intake form?
The intake form, and I'll show it to you.
Right.
The intake form is just a form to get the client's information.
For in-house, put in the CRM.
I get it on the CNA.
Yeah, you can do it that way too.
What I've done is I took the CNA and turned it into a Google Doc, and I do the intake form there. Like I put their information at the top. So it's all.
But I don't want to confuse you. An intake form is just getting their bank info and their personal information.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just a form that has their like name, date of birth, all those different things.
Right.
So an intake form is what I use for an inexperienced agent to make sure they get all the information in case you have trouble submitting an application in front of the client. Like what I don't want to have happen is you're in front of the client, you don't know what you're doing, okay? And guess what happens when you don't know what you're doing? The client sees it and they're like, what is this amateur doing, okay? So an intake form is just so you can get your information from the client, and then after the sale, we can input it. Yeah.
This is a DFY question. I've been getting these. You know what that is?
What?
I've been getting messages. It looks like it's from the client, but it's just numbers. And this isn't like I've gotten a lot of these.
It's a zip code.
Oh, they're just sending me
Yeah.
their zip code?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just responding to your automation.
I knew that.
Yeah. That's what you.
Don't record that.
Yeah, you want that. Look at what you asked them beforehand. Read that out loud. What you asked them beforehand. What your automation said.
Hey Terry, yep. Give me your zip code.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah. So.
Let's do something real quick. Everybody stand up. Okay, everybody sit down. Why'd you guys stand up?
And you said that.
Because I told you to, okay? So my point is, you tell a client to do something, they're going to do it, right?
What's a good, she texted, so should I text her back and say, great, got it, let's get a time on the calendar to go.
Okay, read your automation out loud. What did it say?
Hey Terry, I just want to make sure my texts are going through. I'm just needing your zip code to finish these bonus items up. Once I have them, I can take 5 minutes on the phone with you and explain specific Medicare costs.
So how would you respond to that now?
Great, got your zip code. Let's jump on the phone.
Yeah, what time's best for you to jump on the phone? This afternoon or tomorrow morning? Or whatever. Give them 2 times. And I'll get you those bonus items, answer some quick questions.
Now, you were talking about there's a call button in the CRM.
Yeah.
Does the automation automatically put them in the CRM? Do they register
Yeah, the automations, when they register, they go into your CRM.
automatically?
Yep, and you call them from the CRM, it records on the CRM. Everything takes place on the CRM.
And it automatically records?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
You got it. So I really want to get some product knowledge down today. I mean, I taught you guys how to sell everything, but we don't really know what we're selling when it comes to umbrellas yet. Some of us do, some of us don't. Okay? We went over the appointment flow chart yesterday, but CNA and appointment flow chart, that should be with you every single day at all times. Okay? Those are your safety nets, right? We wear a seatbelt, why? Safety, okay? These guys protect us, okay, from screwing up an appointment. So make sure you always have them. We went over Medicare 101. Remember the secret sauce to everything we do is I really don't believe we do anything super special, but what we do that's the secret sauce is we embed like crazy. Remember, in the webinar, you're seeing all the different cancer, heart attack, stroke items, the recovery care items, all those different things. The CNA, all we're doing is asking permission to talk about those things. It builds itself, okay? So if I didn't embed all these different things, if you just sat down with me, we never talked before, and I said, hey, here's the difference between Medicare and you need a cancer, heart attack, stroke, a recovery care, and all these different things, you'd be like, what the hell are you talking about, right? But I've already sat there and educated you on all these different things through a webinar, through a CNA, through a journey, and by the time you get there, it's part of the sales process. Yes?
So say we have like a cold call, they didn't actually watch the webinar.
It's going to be very hard for you to sell anything without making them watch the webinar.
So like if we give them a call, like, I didn't really watch it, I got on, what do we need to tell Amy to watch this first?
You're either going to educate them, do your own Medicare 101 with them on the phone, or you're going to make them watch it. We have so much volume that we always make them watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing. So like for instance, my 10 a.m. appointment, from the automations, I don't think he's watched the webinar unless he has and just.
And let me back up there. I would not advise that every single time. Like we have VAs setting appointments every day. Those are lower quality appointments they're setting that haven't watched the Medicare 101 webinar. That may be the only opportunity we have to talk to them. If that's the case, we are going to try to place a policy of some type. The easiest one to place is cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Get them to watch the webinar, but place a policy. Okay, let's start with cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Here's what I want you guys to write down and remember is that when you're trying to sell these ancillary policies, where people screw up is they try to learn all the products and all the carriers. Focus on 1 or 2 products or carriers and write the hell out of them. Okay? I'm going to tell you which ones they're going to be. It's going to be Aetna and Liberty. That's what you guys are going to focus on. Those are the 2 carriers I want you guys to even care about. Okay?
What about United?
United, not for ancillary.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have a full ancillary portfolio.
Okay, good.
So Aetna and Liberty Bankers, and a third one with an asterisk, Bankers Fidelity, is available in some states. These aren't. But really, let's just focus today on Aetna and Liberty Bankers. So when you write any other products, any umbrella packages, we're sticking to Aetna, we're sticking to Liberty. Everybody with me? Okay. That makes it really easy. Just got to learn 2 carriers. That's it. Okay. So we're going to find out different ways to present it. I'm going to show you the top carriers. We just talked about top carriers, which are who?
Aetna.
There we go. Aetna and Liberty.
Is it Liberty Bankers or just Liberty?
Liberty Bankers, but we just call it Liberty. LBIG. Liberty Bankers Insurance Group. Liberty. This one's not really a big deal to you guys. You don't have any current clients, except Anthony, remember, and Jackson. I mean, what do you think your book, Jackson, is 63 and older? Like 5, 10%?
No.
Not even. But you're 5 to 10%, you think, Anthony?
I think so.
Okay. So I would go licking my chops if I were you, and I would go to my current ACA book of business and set everybody up for a Medicare appointment. And you're gonna just kill it just because they already know, like, and trust you. Okay?
Chase.
Yep.
I've got a book that I've just been selling med sups and drug plans to.
Same thing. We need to. Yep. That's me and you in here all day. Is you're setting those appointments and we're doing CNAs with them, and you're saying, hey, completely apologize. We didn't do this the first time, but we need to make sure we go through this and make sure all your other exposures that Medicare doesn't cover is protected. We do this with every client now.
Okay.
I apologize type deal. So I'm going to be working with you on that, reintroducing this to current clients. Okay, let's go into cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Why do we need a cancer policy?
For expenses over and above what Medicare covers.
Perfect answer. Simple. Okay. I thought somebody was going to screw up and go into some long-winded answer. One sentence. Okay. When somebody asks me, why do I need a cancer, heart attack, and stroke coverage? It's because it covers the non-Medicare approved expenses. Or I'll say it another way. No matter what, if you have a cancer, heart attack, and stroke, you're going to have some non-Medicare approved expenses. Depending on the diagnosis and the treatment path, it varies. Okay. See how simple that was? Ask me another question. Give me another objection.
Why would I need a hospital indemnity plan?
We're staying on cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Yep. Stay on the tracks.
I've
right?
always been in good health. I don't think I'll need that.
James, I completely understand. We all know somebody that's been diagnosed with cancer, correct? You know somebody?
Yeah.
You know somebody that's been diagnosed with cancer?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know about their previous history, but it has to start somewhere. Okay. And my point being is we protect you from risk. Okay. You have exposure when it comes to cancer, heart attack, and stroke. If you have one of those diagnoses, you are going to have out-of-pocket expenses that are not covered. And it's got to start somewhere.
Could you say, financial implications are so great it could ruin your estate?
You could say that. You could say a number of different things, but just whatever is simple and flows for you, I think is going to be the best. And just understand when James says that, hey, I'm in good health. We see people every single day that are in good health that have cancer, heart attack, and stroke, just like you. Like, that's the whole point here, is nobody plans for cancer, heart attack, and stroke.
Yeah.